A Great and Rising Nation. Naval Exploration and Global Empire in the Early U.S. Republic. Written by Michael A. Verney. Published by the University of Chicago Press. Publication of this book has been aided by a grant from the Bevington Fund at the University of Chicago Press. For my parents Steve and Kay Verney, and especially for my beloved wife Blair Bailey Verney, whose love and support enabled me to write this book. Introduction. David Porter was restless. A veteran captain in the United States Navy, he had been appointed one of 3 founding members of the Board of Navy Commissioners in early 1815. Despite the honor, Porter found paperwork tedious and dull. He was used to more exciting fare. The War of 1812 against Great Britain had ended in February 1815, leaving him and his fellow commissioners to advise the Navy Department on the transition to peace. It was a far cry from Porter's wartime command of the frigate Essex when he had scuttled the British whaling fleet in the eastern Pacific, claimed the Marquesan island of Nuku Hiva for the United States, conquered 2 of its tribes, and endured a bloody sea battle with the Royal Navy at Valparaiso, Chile. By late October, Porter again felt the lure of the sea and of empire. Taking a page, he began writing a proposal for President James Madison. Prompted by a desire of serving my country and of using every effort for her honor and glory, Porter offered to lead a naval exploring expedition into the Pacific Ocean. He promised Madison that the Pacific still harbored many secrets, including peoples wholly unknown to the Western world. Recounting the names of famous European navigators like Captain James Cook, George Vancouver, and the Comte de la Pérouse, Porter bemoaned that every nation has successively contributed in this way but us. U.S. citizens had profited by their labors without making any efforts of our own. By launching a national voyage of discovery, the United States would pay its cultural debt to European powers, establish valuable lines of trade with Pacific Islanders, enlarge the bounds of science, and contribute to the knowledge of men and to the fame of the nation. A well-conducted mission might even increase trade with China and convince Japan to further open its ports. Above all, it would place the United States on a more equal footing with the major European powers. "We, sir, are a great and rising nation," Porter reminded Madison. It was time to put the United States on an eminence with others. Although it took several more decades, the United States would eventually realize Porter's imperial ambitions and more. Between 1838 and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?